is to try and show how I'm going to remove the carb from my DR650. So first up, we're going to remove this plastic side cover. It comes out, goes in our little holder. Cover comes off, boom. And it's the same thing on the other side here. Oh, that one comes off super easy. Alright. Screw goes in. Not our little holder, maybe this time. Since I have this aftermarket seat, it looks like I don't get to use regular bolts, but rather some sort of hex screw maybe? We'll have to figure that out. I do luckily have some Torxes here at least. And so, with my Allen hex key, one bolt comes out, and on over into my little holder. And almost, there we are. Out comes number two. On into the little holder. Now we just gotta pull the bad boy off. Super simple, right up and out to hang out with our plastic covers. About to show is this hose coming off the carburetor that goes to my fuel tank, so that guy just comes on out. See, he's got a little clip here you gotta pinch and pull off, and bloop, right off. And I had a little can to make sure I caught any fuel that drained out. So like I said, this guy is usually hanging out right on top there, but we went ahead and popped him off and drained him out. So let's see here. This is one out into the holder, and this should be easy peasy number 2Z out of the tank. By the way, this is a 10mm socket, so notoriously easy to lose, notoriously easy to remove as well. So real quick, once again, something I didn't get to show is this hose was attached right to the top of the carburetor there, coming off the gas tank. So when I went to lift off the gas tank, this guy was still stuck on, and I had to remove him from that little spot right there. Yep, there he is. Learned that kind of worries me a little bit about my purchasing this motorcycle is this is my choke right here. Pull to choke, it says, literally right there. I mean, I've never had a problem with it firing up or anything. However, someone explain to me then why the fuck I've been trying to use this to choke the entire time and wondering, oh, why doesn't it do anything? That's so weird. Maybe that's why it's been running like such shit this whole time. But it was in, so it wasn't choked or anything. So, I don't know. Kind of annoyed. Here we go. Keep digging. Annoyed about my choke being weird. We are going to remove this cable mounting plate here. So one screw comes off. It goes in our little screw holder here. And here we have two screws come off. Almost. Sorry, I think my lens is a little dirty, and that's why it won't stay in focus. Alright, so two come off. Go in the little screw holder. We just gotta see how easy it is to take these cables on off of here. Maybe this one will come off more easily first. Probably be just a little bit easier if I weren't holding the camera. Alright, well, you get the idea. These guys come out, and then you just tuck it out of the way. Next thing here is, it looks like I gotta get these two little hoses off the carburetor here, so we're gonna try and do that very gently. The hoses came off fairly easy. This one here has a little bit of cracking in the end of it. I'm not too worried. It still feels like it's got some good life. The other hose was just a breather anyway, so nothing to be too concerned about. I'm going to remove this clamp there. I'm going to remove this clamp here. Let's see if I can't just wiggle my carburetor on out, because this guy right here is pretty squishy. Yeah. Decided to take this clamp all the way off, just to try and give myself as much wiggle room with this carburetor here. I think I'll wiggle the camera more than carb, but you get the picture. Looks like we should just be able to pull her right on out of there. Ugh. Oh my gosh, it's so close. There it goes. Alright. Actually a lot easier than some of the other videos made it look. This screw and this screw They're both going to come out, and we're going to take this cap off. Alright, let's get this one out. Oh, careful, easy does her. On into our little screw bag. Get this one taken out now. Almost, there we are. This guy go into our screw bag. Alright. Cap with spring comes off. This is, what do we call this thing? Diaphragm? Something like that. And the needle comes on out itself too. And that's the top coming out so far. So this is my needle, and it appears that maybe I was missing one of the washers that sits between this plastic washer and the bottom of this guy, this little paddle dude. And the other thing I noticed is mine has this like notch cut out from the plastic washer, but I think that's because I'll probably never be able to see it in here. There's like a little seat area for the notch to go into, so I think that's the thing. So anyways, boom, inside of a carburetor, we're gonna flip it around, and what I'd seen online was this guy and this screw are both Allen bolts originally, but I got screws so I can take them out now without having to get more tools out. Kind of comes out, goes in our handy dandy small parts holder. Get this one out now. Alright, there it comes off the top of our float bowl. So these little screws have, oh come on baby, show it to us. Dirty camera lens, broken camera, I don't know. It's got a little washer and a spring washer on it, so a couple extra pieces to this one as it goes into our small bits bag. And so with the carb off, I went and got this little float popped on out. It's got little needle weight, a couple of washers on it there. Alright, have that guy hang out over here. And check this out, top of the, or bottom of the carburetor technically, I think. Excited after I pulled this float out and started taking it apart. So this piece has a couple of channels here with that little cutout, and these little notches on the end of the tab here slide into the channel, pop into the cutout. Inside of here, in that little cylinder, is where this weight is held. However, normally attached to this weight is this clip with a sort of kind of cotter pin design to it. So now I gotta get this cotter pin back onto this weight. Boom, back on, super easy. Gotta love simple designs. Hopefully I put it all back together correctly. And also, we're gonna take this guy with the little clip on it, put it in our little bits bag. Now it looks like this is our carburetor, and this, wait, is that what's gonna come out with me? No, something else is supposed to be here that's missing, I think. Hold on. So what I've seen online is that there is a removable valve right here normally with an O-ring on the bottom of it, and instead of one of those we have a valve built into my little float carriage here, the weight carriage I guess we'll call it. That gasket on the bottom of it there instead, which does explain the interesting method of the clip for the needle weights. And while we're at it, we're going to take this little needle, and it's got that little plastic bit in the washer clip at the top of it, and almost whatever. We're gonna put it into the small bits bag. Grabbed a set of screwdriver set with a flathead in it, and we're gonna take a drink of beer here. Reason for this flathead here is so I can take out that screw. Looking at the camera instead of real life. That screw needs to come out real quick. Alright, so this little dude can come out and hang out here. So yeah, we got this little screw out the top. It's gonna hang out here. And then there's this little brass spacer that's coming out, and we'll put them away soon. And yeah, that exposes some other part right now. I can't remember. Do not forget to put your small bits in your small bits baggie. Alright, so the next part is to push down on this, and it'll pop out of here, and then we could take out this white plasticky thing. Alright, let's check this out. It's super easy. Alright, that's supposed to come up, and let's see. Can't. Oh, that's super easy. Yeah, look at it. There it comes on out. Come here, little feller. I won't hurt you. Alright. Hang out here for a minute. And it looks like I still got my washer hanging out in there. Or my O-ring, sorry. So we're going to fish that guy out. So we got the O-ring out here. And it's probably going to be impossible to tell in the video. But there's like, it's kind of worn in weird spots. It's got like little edges cut out of it. Little half moons. Anyways, that doesn't look like a great thing, so I might need to replace this. But for now, I'm gonna have them hang here. And that's, I think, a completely disassembled carburetor. Nope, there's a couple more screws to take out here still. So, finally got some more camera space, and we are going to remove the screw that is way down inside of there. I just unscrewed this little screw right in here. It's kind of a bear because my screwdriver wasn't exactly large enough for this flat screw area here. I can't zoom into it, but barely got it out, and I had to shake it out of the carburetor in the end. This little guy that we just got out of here is going to go into our small bits bag. So this guy right here is a fuel screw which has to come out, which is normally lefty-loosey, but first you have to find out how far out it is, so you're going to righty-tighty it up, figure out when it stops. That way you can back it all the way out. When you reinstall it, you tighten it all the way in and then back it out however far out it is right now. So this is with the surface. It's reference plane. Do it in quarters, like 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 2, all the way righty tighty, and then I remember that number. I'll probably put it in a video. Pull out the fuel screw. It's supposed to have a spring and a washer with it. Alright, here we go. Righty tighty. This is 1/4. 2/4. 3/4. 1 full turn. 1/4. 2/4. 3/4. 2 full turns. 1/4. 2/4, 3/4. That's 3 full turns. 1/4, 2/4. 3 2/4, 1/8. What the hell is that? 2/8. So 3 3/8 turn. 3 3/8 turn. Holy shit! Let's make sure it's not going any further. 3 3/8 turns. All right. Let's see if this screwdriver can back it all the way out. Alright, looks like that's all the way out. So this is my little fuel screw. Some other things that are supposed to be in there. Did I lose the gasket trying to shake it? I don't think so. Is it missing its gasket then? I said earlier when I took this out, there's supposed to be a screw, this one right here, a spring which I have right here, and a gasket that was supposed to be like a little version of this. You know, about the size diameter as my spring. So there, looked inside of here, there is not a gasket in there. I'm looking at the spring, can't unfortunately remember which side was downwards, but it's like really gunked up here. Yeah. Set it down and come on, camera lens, do your thing, focus. Yeah, so it's really gummed up there on one side, and the other side is kind of clean. And I'm wondering what that's all about, and if I can clean that, or if I'm going to have to replace it or something. But before we do anything else, we're going to put them in a small bits bag. And I don't know why I'm still holding this gasket out here. Let's go ahead and put that in our small bits too. Now, supposedly, the only part left is to remove this gasket here. Very gently. So let's see if we can manage this gently with one hand. I might just go ahead and try and soak this some warm water if it's any more stubborn. Yeah, we're going to soak it in some warm water. I just used one of my small flathead screwdrivers and pried it out, and there it is. But we will still clean it in some hot soapy water eventually. But for right now, that is the entire carburetor, minus some of the spring cables and I don't know what the fuck else is in here. Diaphragm? No. Butterfly valve? I don't know. That didn't come out.